Assalamualaikum. A very good morning, students. I am your physics teacher from United Public School, Tandu. In the earlier class, we have discussed about the Rutherford model of an atom and we have discussed about the energy levels of an atom. Now we will go through history of atoms. So at the year 442 BC, matter is composed with indivisible elements. Who discovered this? Democritus, a scientist, discovered the matter. At the 1803 AD, first atomic theory was proposed by John Dalton. Discovery of canal rays. But the canal rays, how the rays can be divisible, was uh, explained by Goldstein. And in 1898 AD, J.J. Thomson, we have discussed about him now. What he discovered? He discovered about the electrons in the cathode rays experiment. And N.S. Rutherford, we have discussed about him also. In 1909 AD, discovery of nucleus. Rutherford discovered the discovery of nucleus. 1913 AD, Niels Bohr discovered the electrons in stationary orbits. Introduction of energy levels. 1913 AD, atomic number was discovered by Henry Moseley. In 1931 AD, James Chadwick discovers the neutron. Now, distribution of electrons in different orbits or shells. So we have discovered about these levels. No, this orbit we are calling it as shells. Okay. So according to atomic models, electrons move around the nucleus of atom in various shells. Electrons in different shells have different energies. So we have discussed like according to the atomic model what we have discussed, different shells or orbits have different energies. Every shell like 1, 2, K, L, M, N or 1, 2, 3, 4. These energy levels have different energy and different charges. Each shell is represented with a number n. The number n. Number of shell. The shell closest to the nucleus is called K shell. The shell which is closest to the nucleus, we are calling it as K shell. The shell further away is called L shell, and to the L having M shell, and to the M having N shell. And see the number here, K shell having 1, L shell having 2, M shell is having 3 number and N shell having 4 number. So after explaining the structure of atoms with different atomic models, scientists started describing the distribution of electrons in different energy levels or shell of an atom. So scientists, what they have described the distribution of electrons. So this where around the nucleus electrons are revolving, we said. So scientists have described the distribution of electrons, how electrons are distributed in these shells. So this was discovered by the Bose-Bury. Who proposed this? Bose and Bury combinedly proposed the electrons which are present in different shells or different energy levels. So here Bose and Bury proposed the 3 rules here. So what is the first rule? The maximum number of electrons present in a shell is given by the formula. So every shell is having or represented by a formula 2n square, where here n is the shell number or energy level. So here see, n means we said no number of shell. So having the formula 2n is square. In this, n is the number of shell here. So which taken a value as 1, 2, 3, 4. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated as a shell number is K, L, N, N or 1, 2, 3, 4. We have taken it like that. And the maximum number of electron in a shell we have discussed with the formula 2n square. See here, 1 to the 1 and 2 to the 2, sorry, 2 1 the 2. See, 2. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. 3 to the 9, 9 to the 18. So like this. So see here, roll number 2. Each energy level or electron shell is further divided into subshells. These shells having subshells also. The maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in each subshell is 8. So in these shells there are subshells also present. These all subshells having 8 shells or 8 electrons. So rule number 3 is electrons cannot be filled in a given shell unless the inner shell are completely filled. That is, shell are filled in stepwise manner. According to the rule 3, what is rule 3? Electron cannot be filled in a given shell unless the inner shell are completed. As we said, at the K shell 2 electrons are present. Now see here, at the K shell 2 electrons must have to be present. So see here, as this K shell is not completely, like 2 electrons are not present in that, like that, these electrons cannot move to the another shell. Let us take an example like oxygen here. So here we are taking oxygen example here. First step 1, the K shell can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. So the first 2 electrons will be filled in the n is equals to 1, and step 2 is the other 6 electron will fill the higher shell, n is equals to 2 or the L shell. Then the electronic structure for oxygen atom is 2, 6. See here. What is step 1? The first K shell we have to take 2 electrons. Only 2 electrons only should be there here. We cannot take 3 or 4 electrons here. According to the table, no, we have discussed here. In the K shell only 2 electrons should be present. So we are taking 2 electrons here and remaining 6 electrons are there, no, we are taking here 6 electron. So at the K shell we are having 2 electrons and at the L shell we are having 6 electrons. So electronic structure for oxygen atom is 2, 6. Understand? So your homework is what are the 3 major observations Rutherford made in gold foil experiment. This is your homework for today. You have to write and submit in your groups. So we will stop here and discuss in another classes. Thank you.